Hey guys, I wanted to make a video about why I don't sell abstract color patterns, kind of like what you're seeing here, like these lava effect type patterns, and like the lines with the patterns with the lines with the checkerboards, with all these kind of things that you guys see. The reason why I even bring this up is because it's the same reason why I don't create designs in really high result niches. Like if I search for the word tiger, right? And I love tigers. But if I search the keyword tiger, I'm not going to create a design for the keyword tiger when there's 257,000 results that I have to compete with. It's really the same reason. It's just simply too much competition without an indifferentiable difference. And what I mean by that is if you look at these designs, if we were to sit logically and look at this, is there really a critical difference between all of these? Now, yes, there is. There's colors. There's the way the pattern is drawn or whatever you want to call it. But does it really, can I look at one and point the other and say, you know what? This one looks much better than the other. Not really. To me, they're all pretty much the same. Customers look at this pretty much the same as well, unless they're out in the market looking for something like this. And you got to think, statistically, how many out there are looking for exactly a design like this on a daily basis? You might tell me 1,000 people a day, 2,000 people a day, 100 people a day, 50 people a day. All that's great. But look at how many people there are that are creating designs like this, and how many designs like this are they actually creating? You got to think, one of the reasons that people do designs like this is because sometimes they're the easiest to make. They go on, Pexels, they find an image that really they're not supposed to use. They change the color. They change the colors, excuse me. Wow. Throat got super dry there, but they change the colors. Next thing you know, they're uploading it into Redbubble and they say, I've scored. This is great. I'm winning here because I'm taking images and I'm uploading them and I'm getting seen. But the reality is you look at these people's accounts, they're not getting that much traffic. They're struggling to even make a dime online. And that's because it's the easier thing to do. It's easier to sit there mentally and create 10 of these designs, zombie brained, just create different colors, post them, and call it a day and say, I'm doing good here. It's the easier thing to do. And when somebody's looking at some sort of pattern or something to buy, it's like you can close your eyes, point in any direction, that's the one you pick, pretty much all the same. They don't elicit, like when I look at this one versus when I look at this one versus when I look at this one, it doesn't elicit a certain emotion out of me that's different for each one. I look at all of them, and in my, shallow brain, I say, they look all pretty much the same to me. I mean, if somebody said to me, hey, I'm going to buy you a pillowcase, which design do you want? I'm going to say, I don't care, because they're all pretty much the same. Well, customers think the exact same way. And there are people who go out there and do this over and over and over again. Now, for the people that are going to misconstrue what I'm saying, I'm not saying that you cannot do this and you won't make money. That's not what I'm saying at all. But I'm saying that the stakes are high up against you over and over and over. I mean, you're putting yourself into a corner here, because if you were to create a different design with some text on it, some images on it, something that's unique, truly unique, you have a much better chance of being seen, being searched for, and more importantly, appearing. Because it's not even just important to appear in an algorithmic perspective, but in a visual perspective. If a consumer is searching for things like abstract art, to me, none of these appear as unique. They all pretty much are the same, like I said. So I'm not going to be looking at one over the other and say, I really like this one over the one to the right or to the left. That's just me. Maybe I'm wrong, but I'm thinking I'm an average person, just like all the other average people out there. It's the same thing. Now, I taught this in the Redbubble tag course, but my approach was never go for a keyword that's just way too competitive that's out of your reach. Like, for example, if we type in the word love here on Redbubble, I can't even tell you how many designs exist. I think over 1 million. 7 million designs. Do you know how many people are hoping that they're going to get to the first page of the keyword love on Redbubble? It's just super hard to get there. That's the reason why I don't create designs like this. That's the reason why I don't go after things, because what's the chance that I'm going to be seen? And how long will it take? Now, you can say, okay, well, can't you use an Instagram bot, for example, to rank up? And yeah, I could, but do you know how long that would take? Do you know how much effort that would take? Like, if I create a design and the keyword that I add is the keyword love, that's the only tag I use, and I use an Instagram bot and I promote and I promote and I promote, let's just assume that I'm doing good, which not even a guarantee, but let's just assume that I'm doing good. Let's say I'm getting 2 sales a week, 3 sales a week, 4 sales a week, 5 sales a week for a design that's mediocre. Do you know how long that will take to go up the ladder on 7.4 million designs? Well, when I look at certain people's designs, there are keywords at the same level or similar, if not the same, as the keyword love. They're adding keywords like the keyword vintage, abstract, love, cute. All these keywords are ultra competitive keywords. How on earth is somebody going to see your design? And if somebody sees your design, you are as rare as a shooting star. Because the reality is what is going to compel an individual to choose your design over 7 million others. Now, is it possible? Absolutely it's possible. I'm not going to sit here and say that it's not possible. But is it probable? Absolutely not. It is not probable, out of a probability perspective, it is not in your favor. If somebody pulled a gun to your head and say, hey, there's a 1 in 7 million chance that I pull this trigger and it doesn't kill you, are you going to agree to that? No, you're not, because that's just not good odds to favor. So why would you do the same thing when it comes down to these abstract colored designs? I'm not saying don't do patterns. You could do patterns, be clever with it, and be unique with it, and do very, very well. Right? You could do that. But if you play patterns like everybody else, I mean, you're just wasting time. Right? I love when YouTubers on YouTube come and say, do these patterns, do that patterns. But do you clarify to the individual how many other of those patterns exist? You have to do something that's unique if you really want to break through that veil. That veil of, essentially, it's an invisible hand of pressure moving you downward. There's always going to be content that's being posted on Redbubble that's new. There's always going to be better content that's being created. And you're going to essentially be swallowed up in the competition. The only way you can stand out is by doing something that's relatively unique and creative, not just from a tagging perspective, because it's not just about tagging, guys. It's more than just tagging. It's about the design. It's about the graphics that you use, the graphics that you create. It's a reason why I don't use Canva as much. I'm not on a budget, so I can use other things other than Canva. There was a video that I made a couple days ago or recently. I don't really know exactly when the date was, but I talked about using Canva if I had to do it all over again. Well, that video was constrained based on a $500 budget. But if I'm not on a budget, I'm not going to constrain myself to certain things, right? But you got to think, the people who are doing this, they probably using Canva. They're taking all of the same graphics, and every design is looking the same. Like if I tell you guys, create me a Valentine's Day pattern, right? I bet you the same graphics that you have are going to be found on somebody else's stuff too. The point is what I'm trying to say is everybody's doing the same things. When you look at everybody and you look at the success on Redbubble, there's a reason why 80% of people don't make a penny on Redbubble. 80% of the people, guys, who join don't make $1. Isn't that kind of crazy to think about? Well, you look at what majority of people are doing. Majority of people are doing low quality work that doesn't even deserve to be purchased. So next time you create a design, think about this. Think about what are the ways that you can make your work unique, stand out, be different than everybody else's. And sometimes, granted, you're not going to be able to really do that. Sometimes, I get it. There are certain things that you're not going to be able to change. I totally understand. Like that, I get that. But then there are some times where you really can stretch yourself and do really well with that. And believe it or not, it takes just a little bit of creativity to really stretch yourself. And you'll be amazed at the things that you could do. I'll talk to you guys later. Thank you guys for watching. Peace out. Bye.